Imagine an invisible door, not hidden by ordinary locks, but by veils of forgetfulness and distraction. This door isn't in some distant or mystical location. It rests within you, waiting for the moment your inner gaze can rediscover it. It rests within you, waiting for the moment your inner gaze can rediscover it. It's the portal of your pineal gland, a mysterious center deep within the brain, revered by ancient cultures and now explored by modern science as the key to elevated states of perception. The pineal gland, described by scientists as a regulator of circadian rhythms, also fascinates mystics and philosophers who call it the third eye. The pineal gland, described by scientists as a regulator of circadian rhythms, also fascinates mystics and philosophers who call it the third eye. Its biological role in producing melatonin to synchronize our cycles with day and night is just one layer of its mystery. In ancient traditions, it is seen as a link between the material and the spiritual. The Egyptians symbolized this vision with the Eye of Horus, an icon of clarity and intuition, while the Vedic texts describe the Ajna chakra as the seat of spiritual wisdom. This convergence of traditions suggests something universal in its significance, something that resonates with all of us. Practices to activate this portal are present in various traditions. Among 33rd degree Freemasons, one exercise involves observing the sunrise, consciously feeling the sunlight fill not only their physical eyes, but also their third eye. They synchronize their breathing with the rhythm of the rising day, awakening a luminous energy that, they believe, refines inner perception. This practice echoes rituals of ancient civilizations which understood light as a source of connection between the visible and the invisible. Modern science offers a complementary perspective. The discovery of DMT, the spirit molecule in the pineal gland, suggests it may be the biochemical mediator of altered states of consciousness. Deep meditations combined with rhythmic breathing can stimulate the natural release of this substance, providing experiences of unity where the barriers between self and other disappear. However, modern challenges are significant. Artificial lights, pollution, and chronic stress threaten the pineal gland's natural function, calcifying it and blocking its energy. Fortunately, simple strategies can reverse this process. Sleeping in complete darkness, avoiding blue light from devices before bed, and cultivating meditation and contemplation practices help to rust this internal door. The awakening of the third eye doesn't happen in a single magical moment. It's a journey of refining perception. The first signs may appear in dreams, more vivid images and symbolic messages. Keep a dream journal to identify patterns and connections. During the day, practice gently focusing on the point between your eyebrows, which is traditionally associated with the third eye. Gradually, colors may become more vibrant and your intuition sharper. But remember, the true purpose of the third eye isn't to develop psychic abilities, but to expand your understanding of reality. It reveals the subtle interconnections of life, showing that the extraordinary lies in the ordinary. With each conscious practice, you knock on the door. And when it opens, you'll realize that the universe you sought to explore has always been within you, waiting to be rediscovered. The number 33 is not just a sequence of digits. It is a key that unlocks portals of understanding in various spiritual traditions. In ancient mystery schools, numbers were viewed as living languages, each carrying specific vibrational frequencies. The number 33 emerges as a particularly potent cosmic signature, appearing in patterns that connect the microcosm to the macrocosm, the personal to the universal. In Christian tradition, the number 33 is celebrated as the culmination of Jesus Christ's earthly journey. At 33 years old, he gave his life, completing a cycle that not only transformed humanity, but revealed the essence of spiritual transmutation. Levels of consciousness marked his 3 years of public ministry. From the physical to the spiritual, from the human to the divine. This symbolism transcends its historical context and presents itself as a universal invitation. We are all on a journey of awakening and elevation, each step building our bridge to the eternal. The human body reflects this journey both literally and symbolically. The spine, composed of 33 vertebrae, is more than just physical support. In tantric traditions, it is seen as an energetic ladder through which the Kundalini energy ascends, awakening each vital center along its path. Ancient practices like yoga emphasize the care of the spine, a reflection of our body as a microcosm of the spiritual ladder we are destined to climb, and it doesn't stop there. Sacred geometry offers more clues about the significance of the number 33. When a circle is divided into 33 equal parts, angles emerge that resonate with patterns found in DNA, seashells, and even flower petals. Great masters of art and architecture, like those who built the Gothic cathedrals, understood this universal harmony and incorporated these proportions into their creations, crafting spaces that not only please the eye, but also elevate the soul. In numerology, the number 33 stands out as a master number, representing spiritual wisdom and altruism in its purest form. Known as the master teacher, it symbolizes the fusion of the creative qualities of the number 3 with the balance and compassion of the number 6. Individuals connected to 33 often demonstrate a profound desire to serve humanity, inspire change, and act as beacons of unconditional love. In practice, this vibration manifests in everyday acts of kindness and dedication to causes greater than themselves. The stars to have something to say about the number 33. In ancient astrology, the zodiac was divided into 33 decans, each representing distinct facets of cosmic consciousness. The ancient Egyptians, with their stellar wisdom, used these divisions to align their calendars with celestial cycles. This synchronicity reflects a timeless connection. The number 33 is a link between the human and the divine. For those seeking to integrate the number 33 into their spiritual journey, there are simple, yet powerful practices. One involves mindful breathing, 33 cycles of inhalation and exhalation, visualizing each breath as a step toward clarity and balance. Another approach is contemplating the number 33 during meditation, allowing its vibration to resonate in subtle fields, awakening deep intuitions and insights. Above all, the number 33 is a reminder, a call to transformation. When it appears in our lives, whether in times, dates, or seemingly random events, it challenges us to look deeper. What changes are being requested? What within us needs renewal? Renewal. The number 33 is not an end in itself, but a mirror, reflecting our capacity to transcend limits and awaken our highest potential. It resonates in the heart like a cosmic tuning fork, harmonizing us with the universe's frequencies. To follow its trail is to embark on a subtle dance of expansion and enlightenment. By understanding its meaning, we don't merely observe the number, we become part of its message. The 33rd degree in Freemasonry transcends a mere hierarchical position, representing a sublime state of consciousness achieved through decades of dedication to sacred mysteries. In ancient initiatic schools, this level was revered as the degree of the enlightened, a state where the veil between the initiate and the eternal mysteries dissolves completely. The journey to this sacred level unfolds through 3 mystical portals: the purification of one's essence, the illumination of the eternal mind, and the union with the ineffable divine. Unlike previous degrees, where mysteries are conveyed through symbolic language and rituals, the 33rd degree reveals its secrets through the direct experience of ultimate truth. Truth, the first initiatic portal of this sublime level, is revealed through the awakening of mystical vision, a sacred gift that allows the initiate to perceive the invisible currents weaving the fabric of manifest reality. Through ancient techniques of breathing and visualization, preserved for millennia in the secret chambers of temples, the adept gradually awakens the higher centers of perception. At the heart of this degree lies a sacred practice. At the first rays of dawn, the initiate, facing the eastern portal, performs a sequence of 33 sacred breaths. Each breath carries a specific invocation, passed in secrecy from master to disciple. During inhalation, the golden light of the rising sun, a symbol of eternal knowledge, permeates every atom of their being. On exhalation, the last traces of profane consciousness dissolve. This seemingly simple ritual encapsulates the essence of the great alchemical work. In this exalted degree, the initiate receives the mystical keys of light, sacred instruments for manipulating higher vibrations. One of these keys is revealed through sacred sounds, specific vowel sequences that, when intoned at the correct frequencies, awaken the hidden centers of the being. This science of mystical sounds, preserved through the ages in the most secret sanctuaries, enables the adept to harmonize with celestial spheres. The work at this level focuses on the transmutation of primordial energies into sublime spiritual forces. The adept learns to identify and direct the three main currents: vital energy, the sacred serpent, mental energy, the celestial eagle, and spiritual energy, the divine dove. Through ancestral practices, these currents are gradually elevated and unified in what Hermetic texts call the Hieros Gamos, the sacred marriage of cosmic forces. At the apex of this degree, the supreme art of constructing the body of light is revealed. In deep states of contemplation, the initiate learns to weave, thread by thread, a vehicle of sublime consciousness capable of transcending the limitations of the material world. This sacred process transforms the very essence of being, enabling the adept to navigate consciously through the higher planes of existence. The true essence of the 33rd degree manifests in sacred service. The power acquired through these practices is intended solely to elevate collective consciousness. The initiate becomes a cosmic transformer, a being capable of receiving, refining, and redistributing higher energies for the benefit of all humanity. The rituals of this degree follow eternal cosmic cycles. During the full moon, when the veil between worlds is thinnest, initiates gather in sacred circles to perform planetary healing works. Using eternal geometries and harmonic sounds from higher planes, they weave beneficial force fields that permeate the entire earthly sphere. Each 33rd degree initiate becomes a living pillar of light, an anchoring point for the highest frequencies of consciousness. The physical body gradually transmutes into a vehicle of pure light, manifesting what ancient traditions referred to as the rainbow body, the ultimate glorification of matter through spirit. The true hallmark of this supreme degree is not found in powers or abilities, but in the ability to maintain illuminated consciousness in all circumstances. The initiate learns to exist simultaneously in the material world and the celestial spheres, maintaining a perfect balance between the two. This is true enlightenment, not an escape from reality, but a perfect integration with all planes of existence. Contemporary Freemasonry faces a profound paradox. While it preaches unity and the pursuit of universal truth, the order is plagued by internal divisions that undermine its transformative potential. This tension did not arise by chance. It is the result of a historical process in which esotericism, once vibrant and practical, was gradually consumed by a more institutionalized structure. To understand the roots of this disconnect and envisioned paths toward renewal, it is essential to adopt a critical yet hopeful approach. In the 18th century, early Masonic lodges functioned as true spiritual laboratories. The master directly guided small groups of apprentices, transmitting knowledge that went far beyond symbolism. Each ritual was a transformative experience, often involving intensive practices such as prolonged fasting and meditations that transcended the boundaries of the ordinary. For instance, a preserved account from a Scottish lodge describes an initiation ritual that required 3 days of complete isolation, during which the initiate faced profound fears and doubts before emerging transformed. However, the transition to a rigid hierarchical structure brought consequences. The degree system, originally designed to represent spiritual progress, has, in many cases, become an obstacle. Today, it is possible to advance through this hierarchy without necessarily experiencing the inner transformation it was meant to symbolize. This is especially evident in the 33rd degree, which was originally conceived as a recognition of spiritual achievement, but has, in some contexts, been reduced to a merely administrative distinction. Another significant challenge is the fragmentation of esoteric knowledge. Due to the compartmentalization of rites, many practices that were once part of regular training, such as advanced meditation techniques and energy work, have become inaccessible. This contrasts with the universal spirit of Freemasonry, which should promote the sharing of knowledge for those prepared to receive it. Despite these difficulties, signs of renewal are beginning to emerge. In some lodges, ancient mentorship methods have been restored, creating spaces for genuine initiatory experiences. One example is the model of study cells, where small groups work together in intensive practices of meditation, spiritual alchemy, and psychic development. These groups aim to transcend the limitations of the formal system and reclaim the spirit of ancient traditions. The financial aspect also demands attention. Monetary contributions tied to advancing through degrees create barriers that contradict the essence of Freemasonry, inner transformation. Returning to the ideal where merit is measured by spiritual evolution rather than status or resources is an essential step. The path forward for Freemasonry lies in the courage to balance tradition and renewal. This means restoring authentic practices, adapting ancient methods to the present and sharing knowledge responsibly. After all, true initiation is not found in titles, but in the profound transformation of the self. Freemasonry will only rediscover its essence when it returns to being, above all, a temple of inner evolution. Since its formal emergence in the 18th century, Freemasonry has been a target for interests seeking to mold it to the preferences of dominant institutions. Beneath a veneer of collaboration, religions and governments have employed meticulous strategies to control and dilute its spiritual core. These actions were not merely external attacks, but calculated infiltrations aimed at redefining its symbols, rituals, and purposes. Religions have excelled in subtly manipulating Masonic esoteric content. Meditative practices designed to awaken higher consciousness were reduced to moral exercises. The Temple of Solomon, a symbolic map for inner transformation, was transformed into a lesson in trivial ethics. This movement sought to neutralize Freemasonry as a vehicle for self-transcendence, turning it into a space more acceptable to established dogmas. Governments, meanwhile, pursued different tactics. In Napoleonic France, infiltrated agents occupied key positions in Masonic lodges, transforming them into covert political arms. These lodges began to serve more as salons for social influence than as temples for spiritual growth. The closer a lodge came to power, the further it strayed from its esoteric roots. Educational control became another powerful weapon. Curricula that once included sacred alchemy and astrology were replaced with diluted versions. Initiation rituals, which previously required transformative immersion, were shortened and stripped of their meaning. Higher degrees, once milestones of spiritual accomplishment, became administrative honors often tied to economic power. Despite these attempts at neutralization, small groups resisted. These inner lodges protected original practices, operating beneath the radar of dominant institutions. Today, the internet represents a new battleground. While it facilitates access to knowledge, it also proliferates superficial and misinformed versions of Masonic traditions. The survival of authentic Freemasonry requires a strategic return to its lost depth. Only by reconnecting with its transformative roots can the order escape secular control and reclaim its role as a beacon of spiritual evolution. Inner alchemy is a sacred science, a path of personal transformation deeply rooted in universal principles that transcend cultures and eras. Unlike laboratory alchemy, which sought to transmute metals into gold, this practice focuses on the transmutation of consciousness itself. In the Hermetic tradition, the body is the temple. The psyche represents the elements and flux, and the desired gold is not physical, but the spiritual realization and unification of the self. The alchemical process is described in 7 operations, each symbolizing a stage of inner evolution. It begins with purification by the spiritual fire. This fire, symbolically represented by the rising sun, possesses the power to dissolve the densest impurities of the being. At dawn, practitioners seek the golden light, visualizing it as an elixir, purifying every cell of the body. The transformation, though subtle, is experienced as a growing clarity and release from emotional and mental bonds that obscure inner vision. Next comes the work with water, an invitation to dive into emotional depths. With water, an invitation to dive into emotional depths. The fluid motion of water dissolves crystallized memories, freeing blocks that often remain hidden in the unconscious. During this practice, many report unexpected tears, not of pain, but of profound relief, as though old chains have finally been broken. The inner waters carry away what is no longer needed, creating space for a renewed flow. Once the foundations are purified, it is time to materialize the transformation. In the Hermetic tradition, it is believed that the divine must be embodied in everyday life. Each gesture, each breath, becomes an opportunity to integrate higher states into daily existence. Conscious practices, such as preparing a meal with intention and gratitude, transform the ordinary into the sacred. Modern science has begun to recognize the impact of such practices on overall well-being, validating ancient wisdom that mindfulness has the power to reorganize the mind. Inner alchemy also involves elevating basic energies into higher expressions. Vital energy, when directed with intention, can transform into creativity, inspiration, and spiritual expansion. This powerful yet delicate practice requires deep respect for the natural forces moving within. A critical aspect of this path is the refined discernment between the illusions of the ego and essential truth. In the Hermetic tradition, this capacity is cultivated through silent observation. Witnessing thoughts and emotions without judgment allows the practitioner to understand the cycles of their own patterns, breaking free from repetitions that no longer align with their essence. The pinnacle of this work is the union of internal polarities, where the masculine and feminine, active and receptive, sun and moon, are harmonized. This integration awakens a profound state of balance, offering a glimpse of what it means to be whole. Upon reaching such realization, the focus expands beyond the individual self. What has been achieved is shared. Practices like the Golden Sphere meditation, where the light generated by the practitioner radiates outward to the world, symbolize this feeling. Final stage, the multiplication of benefits for all humanity. Inner alchemy, as taught in the Hermetic tradition, is not merely a personal path. It is a universal science of transformation, capable of impacting the collective through the transformation of the individual. When enough individuals awaken, a collective field of change is created, where each person's work elevates the whole. Thus, the alchemical journey becomes an offering not just to the practitioner, but to the world itself. The journey towards psychic enlightenment encompasses the body, mind, and spirit, and reshapes how we perceive reality. Anchored in ancient traditions preserved within Freemasonry, the mysteries of the number 33, and the practices of inner alchemy, this journey offers a practical and detailed map for the evolution of human consciousness. At the center of this transformation lies the pineal gland, often referred to as the third eye. This small organ, shrouded in the mystery of the human brain, acts as a bridge between the visible and invisible worlds. More than a spiritual concept, modern science is beginning to uncover its role in producing endogenous DMT and regulating natural rhythms such as the sleep cycle. When exposed to sunlight or activated through specific meditative practices, the perineal gland becomes a portal to expanded states of perception. It is akin to opening a window to dimensions of existence that once seemed confined to legends or dreams. The number 33, on the other hand, emerges as a universal archetype. From the 33 vertebrae that support our spine to the spiritual cycles described by ancient cultures, it appears as a cosmic signature, an intrinsic pattern of evolution. This number symbolizes the culmination of the inner journey, inviting us to ascend to higher levels of understanding and self-mastery. In Freemasonry, the 33rd degree represents far more than a title or status. It encodes a state of realization where the human and divine meet in perfect harmony. While history has subverted or diluted many of its symbols, true seekers still find in its essence a living practice of inner transformation. Through deep rituals and meditations, those who embark on this path awaken latent faculties and connect with wisdom that transcends time and space. Practice is the foundation of this journey. It is not merely about lofty concepts, but about integrating the sacred into our daily lives. When we meditate at sunrise, we align our being with cosmic rhythms. Conscious breathing not only oxygenates the body but also opens doors to subtler dimensions of existence. Spiritual journaling helps us recognize patterns and cycles in our journey. Each small step is a seed planted in the fertile soil of consciousness, with its harvest being a fuller, more expansive state of being. Enlightenment is a distant and attainable destination. It is a continuous process of awakening to our true essence. With every mindful breath, every moment of presence, and every act of kindness, we move closer to this realization. The body refines, the mind clears, and the heart opens to the vastness of the universe. Transcendent states no longer remain rare experiences but become natural expressions of who we truly are. By consciously embarking on this path, we connect to an ancestral lineage of seekers who, across centuries, preserved maps, symbols, and techniques for our evolution. It is as if we are hearing echoes of ancient voices guiding us through the labyrinth of our own souls. Yet, this journey is profoundly individual. Each step we take reverberates not only within us, but also in the collective, creating waves of transformation in the fabric of human consciousness. The time for awakening is now. Every moment carries within it the seed of something grand. When we breathe with intention and walk with presence, the entire universe responds, conspiring in our favor. This cosmic dance does not require perfection. It requires sincerity and an open heart, willing to explore the mysteries dwelling within us. At this point, the great truth emerges. We are co-creators of our reality. This is not an abstract idea but a practical ability that blossoms through mindful meditation and the cultivation of presence. To support you on this journey of self-discovery, we have created a special series of guided meditations, designed with ancient techniques and specific frequencies. These meditations naturally activate your higher centers of perception. To access them, click the link available on the screen or in the comments below. And if this content resonated with you, share your experience by writing in the comments. This made sense to me.